Rising. What is going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. The O.T.G's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today I got the MPC 1, I have the SP404 MK2, I have the Kai MPC Retro 1, I have the audio routed through the SP404. That's about all I'm going to talk about with this routing. We got some samples already chopped. I have them chopped in a destructive manner so that way we cropped all of the samples so we can go in our program edit and make some changes to each and every sample. We will or we won't. So we're definitely going to do that. I'm going to finish this beat at the end and record it into the SP404 MK2. So make sure you stay until the end. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you check out the notification bell. You know, you guys' support is what really helps this channel keep it going, you know, between the support I get on other social media. Just something as small as a like, you know, checking out the store. We got stuff for $5. I got a drum kit for free over there. Go download your free drum kit. We have MASTERCLASSES. We have all kinds of stuff. So make sure you check that out. It'll be down in the first comment, also in the description. All right. So right now I am waiting for the snare to come back through, and I'm going to put a snare roll at the 8 bars. So what I did was start with a 2-bar loop, play in my snare, double my sequence out till 8 bars, erase the last bar, and then put a snare roll, I guess, in there. So right now I hit my program edit and I'm at sample screen 1. You know, if you chop your samples down properly, in this case I chopped it down to a like a little loop. So what it does now is it gives you the ability to operate each one of the samples without time stretching. One of the words to the wise that I would recommend is that you always go through all of the settings. Not all of the settings, excuse me. When you are trying to match the pitch of whatever sample, you know, you might want to try it turned up. You might want to try it slowed down. You know, you want to be decisive but indecisive. You want to be able to hear what it sounds like. So, you know, that's what I'm doing now, is I'm trying to hear how I'm going to put these two samples together. See, now we get into a point where we could play it in and we could really start to catch a vibe, as people say, but we starting to get the feel of how this is going to come together just by playing a couple of the samples. You know, what I want to do now is mess around with the kick. Go ahead and get the kick. I already have it separated out. Part of that is today we're going to do the one sequence method, and so part of going ahead and tracking it out, when I name it and I start to mute it, it gives me the names inside of the trap mute screen. Therefore I know exactly what I am editing and what I'm muting. And so when I talk about naming it, I'm talking about the track section, which is in the middle. You will hit the A. If you notice on the right hand column, there's an A with a line and a pencil. A with a line and a pencil. The A with the line allows you to, A with a cursor allows you to name the track, name the sequence, or name your drum program. So make sure you utilize that to get yourself in the game and start getting yourself organize. What you will want to do is make a folder inside of where you save your stuff. Name it drum programs or sample drum programs or sample chops, whatever you want to do it. And also utilize the new save menu to save that program. If not, just hit the pencil and you could save it from the menu. Make sure you hit shift and note repeat, and that will latch the note repeat on as you see on the screen. A quick way to play with different pitches is to utilize your 16 levels and kind of figure out by the pad where you're at, and then put it together that way. So what you would do is just hit 16 levels, turn it to tune, and then you could play the top. Pad 16 will be the highest note in that scale, and pad 1 will be the lowest note in that scale. And so now you could tell I'm doing the hi-hats. I'm doing one at a high pitch, one at a lower pitch, and I'm alternating between the two. And that is done with 16 levels. Always remember to turn your note repeat off. You could start pressing stuff like I was just doing and you don't hear anything, and a lot of times it's because that note repeat is on. This screen I'm on now, I call it sample screen 2. That might be what it is, but this screen is super important. What you want to do is hit your program edit, and then you have all of those controls right at your fingertips. Okay, it looks like we got everything pretty much lined out the way that we want it. You know, right now I'm messing with the volume. But the next step is probably to audition and see what everything sounds like. So, you know, we're going to hit our main button, go back to the main screen. We're going to the track mute section, which we're at right now, and we could start to play around with different arrangements to see how we would like to lay down the bare necessities. Like this beat, I'll definitely probably add a 808, a kick, some different stuff. I left it open for the bass line. So there's some other things going on outside of this easy arrangement, but it might be easier if I get the basics set up, right? And so it's the same way when we are making beats. We're going to go in there and get the basics set up. So we're going to go back to track 1, and now we're going to name it kick. You know, we're going to go through sample chops, and we're going to name each one of these so that way we have some uniformity and we can understand what we're muting and not muting. And also doing it track for track lets you, for me personally, allows me to recognize I might have to, you know, if I go over 16 sounds, that might be too many. You know, if I press a pad and I mute something and it mutes the kick and the snare, that's different, you know. So all kinds of different things. Once you get into this aspect, you want to make sure you got everything set in a way to win. So now that I've pushed this out to 64 bars, what we're going to do is start to play around with the mutes. The pads that are red are muted. The ones that are yellow are unmuted. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to arm this. We're going to select the pad. I'm going to make sure that I hit the record settings, and I set that the recording that I'm about to make, the beat that I'm about to record into the SP is at 77 BPM. I want to make sure that we're recording at the same BPM, so then that way, we're all in sync. And we're all in sync. So now that we got that together, you just hit exit, and now you're back to your main screen. And I have mine set to trigger. So now we have the beat playing in from the MPC 1 into the SP404. And there's a lot of reasons why I do this. Here's some more reasons. Reason 5,844. The size of the SP404 plus the capabilities of what it could do, it makes it a very good field recorder. If you got your laptop or you have whatever accessory it is to hook to make this thing work or get you some audio, I think it's one of the best samplers in the game. It's just a dedicated sampler that comes with a bunch of effects. It's really limited in some of the capabilities that people want it to be, but in other aspects, it's very successful. All right, so with that, I'm gonna let this continue recording over. I enjoy the SP404. I record all of my beats into them, into a project, and then that way I could go through and listen to everything that's done. All right, now that we have that, I'm not going to let it play too long, so I'm not going to record too much of it in there for the sake of the video. What I am going to do is mess around with the pitch, see what we can get there. I could try to mess around with some different effects, all kinds of different things, and I may just leave it alone. I could play on top of it, add some other stuff, or I might just leave it alone and finish filling out this project, and then what we'll do is open up the DJ mode and practice DJ mode. So, a couple of the things I want to say is, in this video, I talked about chopping the samples differently than non-destructive, but doing it in destructive. That's a tip for you. You can mess with the pitches independently, and you can export some of those samples if you wanted to. That's definitely great. Just chopping down the sample and starting with the drum first. Sometimes the drum can take you in places that you wouldn't normally go. So you may try something a little bit awkward or a little bit different. And last but not least, hopefully you guys found some value in this. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out the masterclass. It's your brother O.T.G.